Good evening, guys. Seth here. I have a sword review. I'm trying to get adjusted on my tripod here. I don't want to have it bouncing all over the place like I did on my last review. What I have here is a Hanwei Tori XL, and there's not many reviews on this sword. The only one I am aware of is on the way to samurai.com. Paul O'Brien did a review on it. But I figured I'd give my take on it. I've owned its big brother, which is just the regular XL. But this one is the light version, has a bohea. Now, the bohea doesn't reduce that much weight on this particular sword. It's still about almost 3 pounds. It's 2 pounds 9 ounces, 28.5 inch blade. The sky, I believe, is like what 11 inch handle. The one I had before, and I may be remembering it wrong, they had different leather on the Ito. Like I said, it may just be me remembering it wrong. But this feels like nubuck or suede, but it's not synthetic. It has a real leather smell to it when you smell it. The blade is part of the XL family of Hanwei, which means it's built for performance. There is little to no hanaku on it. Very, very thin from the side, and from this angle it's wide. And also, and once again I might be incorrect on this, but the handle, the ska on the XL that I handled before was shaped differently. This one has the axe handle, and I'm gonna be honest, you need it for this blade. The reason is because of the width of the sword, of the blade from this angle, not this side but this way. And the reason, like I said, it's made like that is because it's part of the XL geometry family of Hanwei, and it's meant for mat cutting. And you can cut anything with it. I'm sure it'll handle bamboo, water bottles, whatever. But you know where it really shines is in performance cutting, you know, mat cutting, competition cutting, things like that. It has a very interesting weight to it. It doesn't feel like any other sword because of, I guess, of the geometry and everything. I did sharpen it. I've already got it sharpened, and it's like a great edge. I've gotten a lot better at my technique of sharpening over the years, so it's, you know, I've gotten better at that. Let me kind of zoom in on the furniture here. The Tsuba and the rest of the sword carries a crane theme. Let me just adjust this tripod a little bit. I'll probably edit this stuff out. But the whole theme of the sword is the crane theme. The Menukis here, I'm sorry, are samurai helmets, I believe. Trying to get the fucking camera to focus. Anyway, samurai helmets, black dyed Samigawa. The Hibaki here has a scratched, you know, clawed theme to it. I'm not sure what that's called. If you guys know what that's called, that style's called, you can feel free to let me know in the comments below. The Hata, or the grain. I'm not sure why my camera's not working right here. Stupid thing don't want to work. Anyway, having technical difficulties. It's differentially hardened. The edge is about 60 on the Rockwell. I'll have all the specs and dimensions like I usually do in the bottom description, but The saya is one of the best sayas you'll ever see in a production sword. You got the rattan wrapped around here and lacquered. That's actual buffalo horn on the Koiguchi, and on the Kurikata here, buffalo horn. Tsuka-ito is very, very high quality. It feels similar to the Japanese silk that comes on the PPCs from John Pope, but I'm not sure if it's actually imported. I doubt it is. Great sword. I don't usually like Hanwei's, but I've always wanted this sword ever since I saw Paulo Bryan's review on it. And like I said, I had the Big Brother, the XL, because I couldn't find the light. I believe the light's going to perform a whole lot better than the regular XL, at least for me. I like lighter swords, and even this one is, you know, it's right at 3 pounds almost. But it has a good weight to it, good balance. It doesn't feel that heavy in the hand. And you can feel the blade presence when you're doing drive cuts and everything. The fit in the saya is done very well. Little to no movement when it's in the saya. Unfortunately, I don't have any mats to cut because I've been spending money on swords. And that's the thing, guys. Mats are really expensive. You know, if you get like, let's say you get 10 mats, that's $60, and those 10 mats are gonna go by in like 5 minutes. So it's a lot of money to spend on a cutting session. Unless you live near Nihon Zashi or you get like a dojo deal or something. The steel on the blade is K120C. It's a Swedish powder steel. Like I said, the Rockwell on the edge is about 60. The spine's about 40-ish, which makes it pretty much unbreakable in any reasonable cutting scenario. Of course, with any, you know, differentially hardened blade, it can take a set if you have a bad cut, bad angle, whatever. Looking at the ska here, you can see it's shaped better than most Hanweis, but it still has the thick feel to it. But as I said, on this piece, I think it's warranted. I think you need it. The blade's perfectly straight. The bag is a crimson color. And once again, it may just be me, but I remember the bag being more heavy duty on the original XL. So it's possible they've changed their recipe, you know, since I got my XL years ago. So, but this one seems like it's more functional. Like I think the leather's different from the one I had. I believe it was that slippery, like regular leather, and this one feels more like the kind on the Raptors, but it's higher quality, if that makes any sense. It comes with a cleaning kit, as any high-end sword should. I haven't really looked at this. You know, some papers here, the powder ball, some oil. Ooh, some wood for shimming the saya. I may actually use that. What is that? Oh, that's just like a little divider. Divides the stuff in the cleaning kit. Some rice paper, the little hammer to take the kugis out, which I don't really recommend using the hammer. It usually makes a mess. I'm gonna give you guys a little sharpness test, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. Let's see here. I look terrible today, guys, so you have to overlook me. Alright. Get this bad boy off the stand. See if I can get some better shots now that I can see myself here. And with the Hanwei brand, and also Dynasty Forge does this. They put frosting on the edge. Some swords I like it, some I don't. On the Dynasty Forge I have, I don't really mind it too much, but on this one, I wish they just kind of left it alone. Let me do some notebook paper swiping. Back up so I don't hit the TV or nothing behind me. Try to do this slow because I don't want to break anything. Got some rust spots. I think some of the metal didn't come off the blade when I was sharpening it. That's interesting. Let me try that again. It's not so easy to do with a heavier sword. It looks like I got some spots that I need to touch up. I am kind of cramped sitting here, so yeah, I need to touch this up. Yeah, I can see it. So, some spots, some rough spots that didn't smooth out when I stropped it. That just means the steel's really hard, guys. So, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board on the sharpening, it looks like, of this fantastic Shinken. Very wide blade, thin at this angle, like I said, for mats. Nothing is loose. It did come pretty dirty, I will say that. It must have been in the warehouse or whatever for a long time. But I like it. I'm going to get some mats again pretty soon. I'm going to take it for a test spin. To me, I think this is going to suit me more than the mass as far as the mat cutting goes. It feels like there's going to be less impact when you hit the targets. So anyway, we'll see. Looks like some, I didn't see this before, some spots on the Same. It's been kind of dinged up. But I'm happy with it, guys. I like it. I can smooth out those spots, no problem. I can even see them. When you sharpen a blade and you can look down at a certain spot and you see like it's smooth and you see like white on the top, that means that the curl didn't all come off. So it's basically the shape is there, the edge is there, but you still got metal stuck to the top of the blade. So a few more passes on the strop and this will be good to go. That is razor sharp and everywhere else except those little spots that I just chose to test the edge at. Let me give it one more. See right there? Perfect at that spot right there. So anyway, I'm gonna go finish up this edge. Hope you guys enjoyed this little review. I'll give you guys one more shot of the sword. Very, very beautiful piece. Very strong sword. It's gonna be very, very sharp. Look how deep the blood. Oh my God! I almost caught myself saying the wrong thing. Not a blood groove, dumbass. It's a bohi, the fuller. Look how thick that is. And the sword is still about 3 pounds almost, but it's well balanced. Let's see if I can get a POV before I go. Yeah, a sword that's this thick and heavy, the POV is right there. Yeah, I'm about to clean it up anyway, so. But it's right there. Right there. That is phenomenal for a sword like this. I know I give Hanwei's hell and such, but you spend a lot of money. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the price tag on this piece. If you got an extra grand laying around, it's about $1,000 if you can find them, which is another thing why I jumped on this when I saw it. These are hard to find. You can find the Elites and you can find the regular XLs, but the actual XL Light, which is what I recommend you get, unless you're like really, really strong, they're hard to find. And the price tag is right at $1,000. I got this one for $9.97 on Amazon. They shipped it the next day. I got it today through UPS. But yeah, I'm happy, guys. This is a great sword. Blade's not that long. 28 inches on a katana is not that long. Which, like I said, it kind of goes back to the mat cutting. You know, shorter blade for quicker return cuts. Better point of bounce, which is like right in there somewhere. Very, very good. Like I said before, you will have the thick ska, but you need it on this piece. So, like I say, on everything I review, there is a purpose behind each katana. There's a purpose. There's a reason for it. Some are meant for heavy cutting, like bamboo. Some are, they're designed for a different purpose. Each one of them. And this one is designed for mats, for mat cutting and competition cutting. Therefore, you have different attributes on this piece that's not found on other katana that you actually need. So on this one, I think Hanwei made the right call by putting on the thick ska. Anywho, I'm gonna go finish up my edge real quick, and I'll see you guys later. Look for some mat cutting soon, probably not this week, probably about 2 or 3 more weeks. And I'll be breaking out my Hanwei Tori XL Light. One thing I forgot to mention is the rest of the saya is not piano finish. It is like rough brown, very, very deep dark brown. It's almost black, but it's brown. Fantastic piece. It's gorgeous. Everything about this sword's beautiful, and I'm very happy with it. So you guys have a great one. Peace and say my name. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, I just wanted you to rest assured I did get this up to my standards. Turns out I was right. I just didn't finish getting all the extra metal off. So here's what it can do now. Crazy sharp. Just insane. I've not gotten any better at not turning my hand when I do that. Let's see here. Try to do it safely. Let's see here. Because my hand keeps, never mind. My hand keeps fucking the paper up. Anywho, just so you guys can rest assured, I did get this up to my standards. It is a lightsaber now. But yeah, you guys have a great one. Peace and say my name, and we'll see you next time.